The burial process of a pope. The passing of a pope is a moment of great significance in the Catholic Church, marking not only the loss of its spiritual leader but also the transition of new era of leadership. The process that follows is steeped in centuries-old traditions, rituals, and deeply symbolic acts. The first process is the confirmation of the death. The process begins with a solemn ritual led by Camerlengo, the chaplain of the Holy Roman Church. This high-ranking cardinal is entrusted with the administration of the church during the interregnum, the period between the death of the pope and the election of a successor. Once the pope has passed, the Camerlengo approaches the deceased pontiff's body and performs centuries of old customs. He calls out the pope's baptismal name 3 times. For example, if the pope's birth name was George Mario, as in the case of Pope Francis, the Camerlengo would solemnly repeat George Mario, George Mario, George Mario 3 times. If there is no response, the Pope is officially declared deceased. The moment is profoundly symbolic, signifying the departure of earthly figure who once held the highest spiritual office in Catholicism. The destruction of the papal seal and ring is the second stage of the Pope's death burial process. With the Pope's passing, his authority comes to an end. To emphasize one of the most recognizable symbols of his reign, the ring of fisherman, is ceremonially destroyed. This ring, traditionally worn by popes, carries immense significance as it represents the direct lineage of Apostle Peter, the first pope. Camerlengo carefully removes the ring from the pope's finger in the presence of key Vatican officials. He takes the ceremonial hammer and strikes the ring, rendering it unusable. The papal seal used for signifying official documents is also destroyed. These actions symbolize the conclusion of the late Pope's governance and prevent any possibility of forging documents in the name after his passing. The third process that follows is the preparation of the body. Once the Pope's body has been confirmed to be deceased, the process of preparing his body begins. The body is washed, anointed with holy oils, and dressed in purple vestments, which often include a white cassock, a red chasuble, and a golden stole. If the deceased pontiffs belonged to a particular religious order, such as the Jesuits, special elements from the traditional attire may also be included. The body is then placed in a catafalque of a raised platform inside St. Peter's Basilica, allowing dignitaries, clergy, and faithful to pay their final respects. The fourth stage is the 9 days of mourning. A period of mourning is known as Nonjuals, follows the Pope's passing. During these 9 days, a series of masses are held in Vatican across the world in honor of the late pontiff. The solemn ceremonies allow the Catholic faithful to reflect the Pope's legacy and pray for the Church as it prepares to elect new leader. The fifth process is the funeral mass. The funeral mass of a pope is one of the significant religious events in the world, attended by global leaders, cardinals, bishops, and thousands of faithful people of the Roman Catholic Church. Traditionally take place in St. Peter's Square and is presided over by the Dean of the College of Cardinals. During the funeral, the Requiem Mass is celebrated and the world bids farewell to the Pope. The body is placed inside a separate coffin. The first coffin is the inner cypress coffin, which symbolizes the simplicity of life and death. The middle lead coffin is the second coffin, which is inscribed with the Pope's name and reign dates, ensuring preservation. The third coffin is the outer oak coffin, which represents the strength and the permanence. However, Pope Francis has modified these traditions, choosing simpler wooden coffin with a zinc lining instead. The final resting place is the sixth stage. Following the funeral, the Pope's body is transported to its final resting place. Many popes are traditionally interred in the Vatican gates beneath the St. Peter's Basilica, near the tomb of St. Peter himself. However, Pope Francis has expressed a desire to be buried in the Basilica of St. Mary Major in Rome, a place of deep personal devotion for him. The seventh process is the election of new Pope. With the burial complete, attention shifts to the election of new Pope. The College of Cardinals gather in Sistine Chapel for a secretive and historic event known as conclave. After rounds of voting, white smoke billowing from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel announces to the world, Habemus Papam, meaning we have a Pope. This signals the beginning of new chapter for the Catholic Church as the newly elected pontiff steps onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica to deliver his first blessing to the world. The burial process of a pope is a blend of sacred traditions, historical significance, and deep reverence. It is a time of mourning, reflection, and ultimately renewal as the Catholic Church prepares to welcome a new successor to Saint Peter. That marks the end of the story. Hit the subscription button. My name is Brian Odhiambo.